critic when she all up in your city. Oh, you best not forget it. Let you know if she like it and if she get with it. Let the whole world know and be the first to admit it. Let you know if it's good and if she dig it. Cause she's Rick the critic, Rick the critic, Rick the critic, Rick the critic. She the first to admit it if she can't dig it. Cause she's Rick.
Hi, I'm Rick the Critic, and today my guests are Onisha and Stephen Stewart. They have a wonderful foundation that we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about Stephen as a singer and songwriter. Welcome to the show. I am so happy that you guys could come, and they're married. They're a couple. Onisha, tell me about Love Olive Branch. That's the name of the foundation.
Yes, it's Love Olive Branches, CDC.
Okay.
And it is a nonprofit organization that serves at-risk youth in the greater Pasadena area. And we serve our youth through 3 programs. We have the mentorship program, the life skills program, and the youth music program, which is what Stephen and I oversee.
Okay, so this organization is founded by whom?
Founded by Leroy and Ann Tolliver, who are my parents.
Okay.
Longtime Altadenians.
All right.
Yes, they formed the organization in 1999, and just ministering to foster kids that were in the foster care system. And in 2007, they developed the nonprofit organization. So, been a nonprofit organization for about 7 years now.
So all this other time it was just an act of love.
Yes.
Just love. So no support, no donations, just an act of love.
Right.
What a wonderful, wonderful way to start a foundation. And that's really what they need. Those basics, that basic.
Definitely.
And then you know when you do begin to get donations, you know what to do because you've already done it with your own money.
Right.
So now tell me about this music program that you and your husband oversee.
Well, the youth music program is made up of youth who participate in the program through piano lessons and voice training lessons. And our program director provides the training a couple days a week. And she has a number of students, and we have a handful of them that are very active in what we do right now.
So now these students come and they get voice lessons and music lessons, and then do they pay? Is it free? Is it minimal? What are the?
Yes, right now there is a fee for the lessons. What our goal is through this fundraising campaign that we have right now is to expand the program so that we can offer the program to low to moderate income families.
I see.
So they don't have to pay.
I see. But the fee is minimal?
Yes.
And minimal, how much is the fee?
Right now?
Yes.
Well, right now I believe students' parents are paying about $35 an hour.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's minimal.
Yeah.
That's very minimal. And now tell me, Stephen, now you're the singer-songwriter.
Yes.
And you together, you and Onisha, do this program together. And what is your part? What do you do in this organization?
Well, my part is I'm a singer-songwriter, and basically what I do is to encourage the kids to really come out of their shell and to be themselves and to dig deep within themselves and to find their gift, and to encourage them.
Now, what is your background?
My background, professionally, I was a probation officer for 21 years in LA County Probation.
So you know children?
Yeah, so I know children. I've done juvenile, I've done adult, and currently I'm a parole agent for the state of California.
Okay. And then how did that songwriter come in?
Well, I grew up in a big family in Mississippi. I'm number 9 of 12.
Okay.
And my dad was a singer, and he was an engineer, but he was a singer. But my older siblings, they had a group called the Rose of Sharon, a gospel group, and my dad used to teach every one of us in the afternoons, Sunday afternoons, when we used to watch The Wonderful World of Disney. After that, it was over. It was a singing time. And he taught us all how to sing, and we all sang by ear, or some of us picked up instruments and God just gave us the gift to play. And I was just the one that could sing, and I developed writing later on.
So now, do you guys ever sing together anymore? your siblings?
When we get together, oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's
definitely.
awesome! You got to send us a tape. We
Yeah.
gotta see that the family that comes together and they just sing. And it's 12 of you said?
7 boys, 5 girls.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm number
Awesome.
9 of
That
12.
is that's you know what? Let me say this, because so often when we speak of African American families,
Mm-hmm.
we don't see that unity.
Yes.
We don't see that anymore here. We even when you see it, you see the father working hard and the mother's working. You know, you see 2 parents working, and you don't see that unity anymore. And then we've missed that part where, you know, in the neighborhood, because I grew up in Los Angeles, but in our neighborhood there was an old lady on the porch that was, you know, where you going? What you doing? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We don't have that anymore. So when I hear about families together, and how many children do you guys have?
We have 2, 26-year-old son, 21-year-old daughter.
Wow. And are they active in the organization?
Not yet. My
Not
son
yet.
is he's doing music on his own, but he's going to come in.
Okay. Well, if he's doing the music, he's
it's
in
too
already.
much in his blood, yeah.
He's already in.
Yeah.
If he's doing the music, he's already in. He's gonna
Yeah.
come in and not even know it. Yeah. It's so now tell me. So what is this event? You're putting on an event in April. April
12.
April the 12th.
Okay.
One of the goals of our youth music program is to provide a platform for the youth to showcase their talents and their gifts, because we know that when kids go before people, that builds their self-esteem.
Right.
And it builds character in them. And so that's one of the things that we want to do is put a platform before them so that they can showcase their talents to the public. We did that just a few months ago at the mayor's Christmas tree lighting. We had one of our youth to play the piano and accompany Stephen as he sang Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire.
The Christmas song.
Oh, the Christmas
Wow.
song,
Yeah.
the Christmas song. And his name was Sonny James, a 15-year-old, right here in the community, and he did a wonderful job.
Yes.
Wow. And he came out of the program.
Yes, he is a part of the
So
program.
he's just one of many out of the program.
Yes,
And
yes.
so in this program now, you said you started in 2007 as a nonprofit, but long before that, when your parents were doing it, we still have children coming out of there that are doing big things now because they started long ago. We're just talking the paperwork 2007, but we're
Right.
talking about this has been going on for years.
Right. And April the 12th, which is a huge day for us, we will provide that platform again for the youth, not only in this community, but in the greater Pasadena area. We embarked on a talent competition, a youth talent competition that was open for youth ages 5 to 17 who could sing, dance, play a musical instrument, act, speak spoken word. We opened up the competition and they had the opportunity to submit a video of their talent and submit it online onto the website. And we closed the submission period March the 1st, and we got 38 video submissions.
Wow.
And we've got some great talent.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
The
impressive.
kids are awesome.
That's
They are
impressive.
great.
Yeah.
And the information got out how? Did you go media,
Yes,
newspaper?
Yeah, what we did, we got a flyer approved by Pasadena Unified School District. We circulated or distributed the flyer throughout the schools within the Pasadena Unified School District. We did some radio, KJLH radio, where we got a bulk of our video submissions through radio.
Wow. That is impressive. When you're talking about, and you're talking children, and you said what ages?
Ages 5 to 17.
And 38 responses.
Yes. And we
38.
also did a lot of social media as well.
Yes, definitely.
That is
Facebook.
impressive.
Yeah.
Now tell me, Stephen, you're doing something in this April 14th.
April 12th.
April 12th, 2014. You're singing and you've got some guests.
Yes.
So tell us
Yes.
about that.
We're bringing Jonathan Butler to Pasadena.
I love Jonathan Butler.
Yes, we all do. We're bringing Jonathan Butler in, and I'm going to introduce myself as an artist,
Great.
and my special guest will be Andre Crouch. and Jonathan Butler will close us out that night at the Ambassador Auditorium.
This is gonna be so. Now, have you solicited to all the churches and because this is really a ministry. This is a ministry. This is
Yes.
not. This is a ministry, and I know that we often. I mean, well, Andre Crouch is Church of God in Christ, so we get a chance to see him all the time. And but Jonathan Butler, I think the last time I saw him was when he did the classical thing with Juanita Bynum, and so we don't get a chance to hear that voice as often as I'd like to. So this is going to be really exciting. And where is it going to be?
At the Ambassador Auditorium.
In Pasadena?
In Pasadena.
April the 12th.
April the 12th.
This year, 2014, at the Ambassador Hotel. And what time is it?
It's 6:30 in the afternoon.
And it will go on until how long?
The Youth Music Festival starts at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it'll go to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And at 6:30, that'll be the time for the concert. But we'll have a red carpet, what do you call it?
Red carpet.
Event.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can tell we're not used to this.
That's okay. You are. You're doing just fine. You're doing great. So now tell me that. Okay. So this is really an all-day event.
Yes.
This is a family event. So I can bring my grandchildren. I can bring my children.
Yes.
And we can stay and even later on enjoy the musical.
That's right.
Yes.
And then during the day we can see the competition. And that is awesome.
Yes. The day of the Youth Music Festival, we will have celebrity judges, and they will announce the top winners of the talent competition. And we will be awarding scholarships to 3 winners of each school level category. So we will have 3 winners in elementary, 3 winners from middle school, and 3 winners from high school. And our sponsor, Simplicity Bank, will present those scholarships.
Wow, that is so awesome. So not only will they're going to have a forum to perform.
Yes.
And other people will see them because I think I remember, I don't want to tell my age, but I remember when Luther Vandross went on the Apollo and they booed him off, We got to go to a commercial. Get your popcorn, get whatever you need, come back, and you don't want to miss Onisha and Stephen Stewart. We got a lot more to talk about. See you in 2 minutes.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Hi, and we're back. And in case you missed it, this is Onisha and Stephen Stewart, and we're talking about Love Olive Branch Foundation. It's a foundation, right?
It's a nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit. We're talking about that. We're also talking to her husband, singer, songwriter, and so let's just talk. They have a competition,
right?
And now tell us who some of those presenters are, and because these children are going to get a scholarship if they win, and who are some of those presenters?
Yeah, well, the host of the Youth Music Festival is Amani Hakim. Now, Amani portrayed Gabby Douglas in the Gabby Douglas story.
Wow.
Yes. So she is our host, and we have Pasadena's own DJ Kiss, who's a 10-year-old. We have We Are Remix.
10-year-old DJ.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And we have We Are Remix, which is a local singing group. We have Malachi, who is the son of Oba Babatunde. Actor, producer, dancer, Oba. Then we have Carlin Jeffrey.
Okay.
And Carlin is
an actor on Disney's show The Ant Farm. And also we have Asia Epperson. She was the runner-up in the 2008 episode of American Idol.
So we got some heavy hitters here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we got
we've
some
got
great
some
kids.
we've got some really super good kids here,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to be connected with and unite with other children
Yes.
that's a role model for them. I mean, they're looking at them and it's like I can be there.
Right.
This is awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome to put that. I mean, because you could have gotten older people, but when you put the smaller faces with smaller faces, it makes the reality. It makes it reality.
Yes.
It's more real to them. It's like I can do that. I'm the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
age as her.
Yeah.
Or I'm the same age as him. I could do that. So that is, oh gosh, I'm excited. I'm coming. I am
Yes,
so excited.
We are excited too. This is our first
This is the first
annual.
one?
Yes.
Yes, but this will be an annual event.
So it will be this time every year.
Yes.
Okay, so we will look forward to April. What is it? Would
The
be the
spring.
3rd or just spring? It
This
will
is the
be
spring of the year, April.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
We will definitely. I'm sure. I know I'll be there because I'm excited to see the competition, and I'm excited
Yes.
to see children competing actually in a good way,
Right.
And actually coming back. And I mean, and you're talking about self-esteem and character building and integrity. I mean, these are children that are going to come and face other people and just and sing.
Yeah.
And sing.
They're going to sing. They're going to play a musical instrument. They're going to dance. We've got some great dancers.
Wow.
yeah,
Now, did I get a little taste of that? I came to your holiday soiree.
Yeah.
Did I get a taste of that when
You
I was
did.
there?
You did.
Because that was like one of the nicest things I've been to. And it was in the community, and it was all community involved. And I mean, it was just, oh man, it was just great. I
Yeah.
mean, they had singers, they had vendors, and it was just all different cultures. I saw all different cultures of
Yes.
people there.
Yeah.
I saw a guy selling black art, and he was from Europe.
Yeah, definitely.
And and then I saw they had pedicures and they had everything that you listed.
Facials.
Had I known, I would have
Yeah.
announced it, and I mean, I would have said, come. But I had a great time. It was really awesome, and everything was so very well organized. Was that your daughter that was at the front at the reception table?
That was a good friend of a friend.
Yeah, and
She was
listen,
gorgeous.
she was on top of
Yeah,
it.
she was on top
She
of
was
her game.
all on top of it.
Yes.
Man, I don't see your name on the list, and I said, "Oh, I know it's there." She says, "I don't see it there," and I thought, "Okay, I'm gonna kill Larry because I know he." And so his wife walks up and says, "Oh, this is Dr. Benton," and so we were able to come in. But she was on top of her job. It was like, "I don't see your name on the list, and I am not going to allow you to go in here because I don't see your name on the list." So she was definitely. It was just the whole thing was just really nice. And let me ask you this: so what are you seeing in the future? What are you seeing after you do this? Because you guys do a lot of things in the community. I mean, you seem very community based. I mean, from the holiday to this, and then you talked to me earlier about something at the mayor's. You did something.
Yes.
What did you do?
We provided the music for the mayor's Christmas tree lighting ceremony.
Okay, and you know, I mean, so you guys are I mean, I want the viewers to know that you guys are community,
Yes.
and that they need to. I mean, your children. I mean, there are so many other things that children can get
Yeah.
into.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and here's a couple here that are saying we're taking our time. And your children are how old?
26 and 22.
So you could really be
Yes.
on a boat somewhere.
Yeah.
You could really
Yeah.
just, you know, kind of like, it's our time now, honey. We can retire. We can do this,
Exactly.
but not. So you're giving your life back and pouring into some other children.
Yes.
And that's always nice. That is so awesome because they're gone.
And I actually hosted the Mayor Christmas tree lighting.
Did you?
Yes, and provided some entertainment and sang. And they asked me to come back and do it again next year. So yeah,
That's awesome.
That's going to be good.
So now when you go back, because you know it's going to be something else besides the mayor's thing, because once you go to mayor, it's like, come on, we need you over here, we need you over there, we need you, you know what I'm saying? So will you be doing that? Because you write songs too.
Oh, definitely. I'm very community oriented. And,
I can tell.
With growing up in Mississippi, this is basically an inheritance for me because I learned it from my grandparents. And my parents inherited it from them, and basically what I'm doing is passing on what my parents has passed on to me.
Because we don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
We don't, Stephen. We don't get that camaraderie anymore. We don't get that, and we have to. Somebody has to come from someplace else and come and bring it to California. Because I'm telling you, it's just not always there.
Yeah, it's so much
I'm
needed.
glad. Yeah, very much so. So your job, you guys got a really big job here.
Yeah.
So when these children, the ones that win the competition, they will get scholarships, and they will come back to you because now are they coming? Now are these children coming and giving back the ones? I mean, because I'm thinking your parents have started with this a very long time. And there's some children, do they come back and assist and come back and help? Do you see them again?
Yeah, my parents started off, as I mentioned, as foster parents.
Right.
And so they provided a home and care for these kids, and once the kids reached a certain age, they moved on, and they have come back and visited my parents.
Wow.
And they have families of their own and have made really productive citizens in the community.
Yeah. So that means, so they're life changers.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
They're life
definitely.
changers, and then you guys pick up the ball, and now you're the life changers.
Exactly.
Well,
They're,
right.
they're still life changers, but now you're the new life changers. Because
Taking it
there's
to another
something,
level.
yeah, that's it, exactly. Because now you're taking it to the entertainment level, level. And they were taking it, but they were musical too, or no? But they just had a heart for it. They're not involved in the industry.
No,
in the entertainment industry.
her parents were pastors, and
Okay.
so basically, church is the basis of all this that we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was a church boy all my life, and even when I came to California, I didn't stray away from constantly being involved in church, and I was a worship leader at her dad's church for 18 years. And then after we left there and sold the church, and we just freelanced, and basically what we're going to do to these kids here, we're going to plant seeds in these kids
Absolutely.
that are winners and tell them, hey, look, it's your obligation to come back and encourage some other kids next year. You tell some other kid what you just did, and then they can apply next year and submit their video as well. And so we use these kids as a conduit to spread the word, so to speak.
Well, actually, when I came to your home and those children were there,
Yes.
they get a look at, if I do right and if I do what they say do, I could live like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They have something to look forward to. They have something to focus on. And that was a good thing. I mean, I looked around and I saw those children and I thought, I mean, little children, I mean, just all the children.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, and they were very comfortable in your home, and they were just moving around and just very, very comfortable. So I know that setting was not they were very comfortable.
Yes.
Like, this is our place too.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, I could tell. I mean,
And most kids, when they do come, they do get comfortable.
Yeah.
Because we try to present a safe environment for the kids. And we know that we had to raise our two there. And that's one thing that God spoke to me when we first purchased the place, that it's not just for us. It's for people, for dreams can be expounded upon and to be seeds to be planted, and that's what we're doing. We're seed sowers, and we're sowing seeds into these kids and birthing them to a place where they never thought they'd go before.
that is, I'm telling you, it is so needed when you see all the things that are happening. You see our youth being murdered. You see our youth killing each other. You see, with all the things you see going on, there is still something there for them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So there's no, it's like there is something. It's like we don't have anything to do with it. Yes, there is something there. There's a couple
always
that's
something good to do.
Yeah, always. There's
Yes.
a couple that's put their blood, sweat, and tears into into pouring into you and imparting into you.
Yes.
So that's the ministry part of it. So it is a ministry. This is a ministry.
Yeah,
It's a
definitely.
When I said, when I heard Olive Branch, I thought that's ministry. That's ministry there. So
Yes.
the next level is so what will you do after this? So you're going to do this annually.
Yes.
Okay, and then after that, you did give us the website. We'll give it to us again.
Well, one thing Stephen has not mentioned is that he is going to be releasing his debut album in May
Okay.
20th.
And I will get one of those first,
Yes.
right? I will get one of those,
You
right?
definitely will.
Okay, I'm gonna look. I'm holding you to that now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And
Yeah.
it's ministry,
Oh,
or is it
yes.
secular
No,
ministry?
it's praise and worship. I'm a strict worship leader.
Yes.
I remember back in Jackson, Mississippi, I was singing secular, and I was in a band, and of course we was raised in a strict Pentecostal family. And my mom, I was at home one weekend, and this lady walked up to my mom and said, "Oh, your boy can sing like an angel." And she looks at me and goes, "Where did she see you sing?" She definitely didn't see you sing in church. And so I told her I got a scholarship in this band that was at our university. And my mom looked at me and she said, "Don't you ever forget who gave you that voice and why he gave it to you." And I think I would have rebelled because it was a pop music band, and I was the first black to ever even get into the band in the university's history. And I was the lead singer. And so basically, it's just what we're doing now is just an overflow from where I come from in Mississippi.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So, Onisha, how did you guys meet? We only got a minute, but I mean, because I'm gonna. You have 12 brothers. You have 7 brothers.
7 boys.
They're all
5
married?
girls. 2 of them are not.
Okay, we're gonna bring those on the show, and all you single women, because if they're like him, we're gonna bring them on the show, and you guys come on out. You're gonna have to watch the show to see when
They
it
still
comes
live
on.
in Mississippi.
That's all right. We'll bring them here. But really though, it has been. I am just in awe. Please tell me that you'll come back and see me again.
Definitely.
I mean, I want to hear about what happened afterwards, after the concert. I just want you guys to just share.
Okay.
Definitely
Definitely.
come back after April and share with us, just what happened. I'm going to know what happened because I was there, but I want you to share with the viewers. Just please come back and let us know the progress of what's going on.
We'd love
We
to.
definitely will. And if anyone wants to get more information about the event coming up on April 12th, they can go to www.stephenbstewart.com.
Okay, and at the end of the program, if you it should run at the end of the program, and if you miss it, call station, and we'll have that information for you. And please, 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 if you get a chance, April the 12th, 2014, get a chance, go out to the Ambassador Hotel. There's going to be competition there. There's going to be musicals there. There's going to be Jonathan Butler's going to be there. Stephen Stewart is going to be there. Andre Couch is going to be there. Going to be a nice lineup, a lot of nice people. And then, as you just heard, the people on with Disney and all the different things that these people are. But go out and bring your children, because this is an event that you can bring your children.
Yes.
So often it's like everything is sex, 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 sex. You know what I'm saying? You can't bring your children, and when you go in the movie, you think it's a movie and you got to cover their eyes. This is an event that you can bring your children to, and they can have a great time. This is all the time we have. Thank you so much, Onisha. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Stuart, for coming.
Thank you.
And you will, Stephen, you will come again, right?
Definitely.
Okay, we look forward. They promised they did it on television too, so we're looking for them to come. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. And again, don't forget April 12th, the musical at the Ambassador Hotel with Stephen Stewart and Onisha. They are there with their children that they have been training and talking to, and the children that are already doing great things, great things. So please, 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 please come out and support. Come out and support. Thank you.
When she come into your place, so you best not forget it. She gon' tell you how it is, cause she's Rick the Critic. When she all up in your city, oh, you best not forget it. Let you know if she like it, and if she get with it. Let the whole world know and be the first to admit it. Let you know if it's good and if she dig it, cause she's Rick the Critic. Rick the Critic, Rick the Critic, Rick the Critic. She the first to admit it if she can't dig it, cause she's Rick the Critic. Rick the Critic. When she come into your place, so you best not forget it. She gon' tell you how it is, cause she's Rick the Critic. When she all up in your city, oh, you best not forget it. Let you know if she like it, and if she get with it. Let the whole world know and be the first to admit it. Let you know if it's good and if she dig it, cause she's Rick the Critic. Rick the Critic, Rick the Critic, Rick the Critic. She the first to admit it. Rick the Critic. When she come into your place, so you best not forget it. She gon' tell you how it is, cause she's Rick the Critic. When she all up in your city, oh, you best not forget it. Let you know if she like it, and if she get with it. Let the whole world know and be the first to admit it. Let you know if it's good and if she dig it, cause she's Rick the Critic. Rick the Critic, Rick the Critic, Rick the Critic. She the first to admit it if she can't dig it, cause she's Rick the Critic.
Hi, I'm Rick the Critic, and welcome. I am so happy to be in your home today. Today I have a very, very special guest here, Lawrence Hewley, architects, Africa. We got so much to talk about, and I'm just so excited. Lawrence, thank you for coming.
Well, thank you very much.
I am so
Ms.
excited
Dr.
that you're
Bennett.
here
Yes.
because you're like one of the pioneer here. Tell me a little bit about NOMA, and tell us what NOMA stands for.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, first off, for allowing me to be with you here today. And pioneer, I don't quite want to say that.
I think so. I think so.
But yeah, the organization that I am associated with is called NOMA, and that stands for the National Organization of Minority Architects. And basically our real mission is to champion diversity in the field of architecture and engineering, because if I'm not sure if most people are familiar with the percentages, statistics in the industry. There's about 100,000 licensed architects in the industry, and out of that 100,000, only about less than 2,000 are African American.
Out of 100,000?
Out of 100,000. And out of that 2,000, approximately 300 of them are women. And so those numbers have got to change, and back in 1971, there were 12 African American architects that went to the AIA, the American Institute of Architects, their conference in Detroit, Michigan, and they actually got on the floor. Whitney Young Jr. got on the floor and actually gave a real pointed speech in terms of how the architecture industry could survive and not have people of color in that industry. And so over the years, those 12 developed the organization called NOMA. It's based out of Washington, D.C. It is a national group. We've got about 35 different chapters across the country, and Los Angeles is obviously one of them. I've been very fortunate, and with my background, it's not so much been a straight path of becoming an architect, and I have to be honest with you, I'm not a licensed architect, but my path was, I was always passionate about design and art and interested in drawing while I was growing up, and but I also had this passion of becoming a professional athlete.
Yeah, I'm looking at the height. What do you play? Basketball, baseball?
I played both. I played basketball and baseball.
Okay, because I'm looking at the height. I'm like, there's got to be some sports here.
Well, my sport was actually baseball that I really
okay.
thrived in, and was excelled in that sport, and did extremely well. Played locally here. I went to Dorsey High School, Cal State Dominguez Hills.
Wow. So you're local, LA local.
Local guy, yeah. Stayed in the area. At Dominguez, we won the NAIA conference my sophomore, junior, and senior year. We would always end up beat out by Laverne in the championship for the Western Conference, and they would go on for I think about 5 or 6 years in a row, won the NAIA World Series. Had some great
So wait a
associates.
minute, how was that transition? Because you went from athlete, as successful, to architect. How did that happen?
Well, it was, they say, you never know what life is going to throw at you. And my mom, God bless her soul, she taught me early on, she said, don't be a one-trick pony, okay, regardless of what you do. I know that you want to be an athlete, and I know that you're very good at it, but continue to work on whatever your other passion is. And that passion was drawing. And so I love to draw. And so what happened is I was about to, actually after graduating from Dominguez with a degree in public administration, I was about to, I had been scouted by the Oakland A's, Houston Astros, and the Baltimore Orioles, and Baltimore was really interested in signing me, as well as Oakland. But the winter before I actually went to spring training, when I was going to play, try out for the Baltimore Orioles in spring training, I blew out my shoulder. And so my attributes were I had a great arm, I played center field, right field, pitch, played first base. I could throw the ball on the line from the outfield to home plate on a strike, okay, on the line. And I had a 95 mile an hour fastball, curveball that could drop off the table at the age of 17. And,
wow, that sounds impressive.
And so I was really one of those young guys that had an opportunity to really excel in baseball.
But you know what, Lawrence, let me say this. I have looked at statistics I mean, in the last few years where athletes have won, I mean, just made millions and millions of dollars and then lost it. And they're stuck. But that didn't happen with you. You transitioned into something else.
Well,
I mean, you don't see that often with athletes. You don't see them I mean, they just kind of get stuck. It's like, that's it, that's all. So your mother to say, never be a one-trick pony was just, I mean, that is profound.
That stuck with me. That stuck with me.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put it like this. I think that what we see on TV especially, the media kind of portrays most of our athletes as the ones that don't make it, that get to sign the big contracts and don't make it. So you see that story, but you don't really see the other stories. And I think there's a lot of us that are out there that were ex-athletes or athletes that have a tremendous amount of talents in other areas. And for me, my experience was, you got to keep the lights on. You got to pay the bills. You got to take care of your business. And so, fortunately for me, I had this passion of drawing. And so, what happened is after baseball, I got back in school and continued to work on my craft. Continued to work and took some classes over at West LA College, and became very proficient in architectural design and mechanical design. And after being over there for 2 years, ended up getting hired at Hughes Aircraft and worked there for 5 years on some great projects. And then another company in Pasadena called L'Oreal that was right here on Halstead in Pasadena, Halstead and Foothill. And then after that assignment, I was able to get on a JPL and work as a contractor for 10 years, where I worked on Cassini, Mars Pathfinder, Mars 03, and some really exciting projects that JPL and NASA were developing, and I had a tremendous experience in the aerospace industry. Then after 9/11, they tended to scale back a lot of the projects. Some of that project or money that was budgeted was moved over to the national security entity. And so we typically, a lot of the contracts were lost or they cut back on a lot of staff. So I was one of those people that got caught up in that. But I always had the passion of architecture, and I started working with a local architect here in Pasadena by the name of George Folks. And George was, he graduated from SC partially blind, but his passion was drawing. And he could draw everything, and he could draw anything. You show it to him, and he'd turn around and look the other way and be able to draw it in the next 15 minutes. He's got a picture of whatever that object was. And he was really passionate about architecture. And so I started working with him and kind of cutting my teeth on the architectural industry with him. And then he passed away in 2004. And I started, there was several projects that we had open that needed to be completed, and I finished those. And then just started my own business doing residential architectural design, and without a license, but just being able to do the work, get the projects done, and build a following in terms of people that were really passionate about and excited about what I had done for them in terms of their projects.
So yours is basically referrals.
It's a referral business,
yeah,
exactly.
It's a referral business.
Very much a referral business.
And that means something in business. When you have referrals, when people refer someone to you, you really got to do a good job. Because people, they can tell you so quickly when you don't do the right thing. But when you're doing the right thing and they say, hey, listen, I got a guy here that can do this.
Right.
So now, I did go by a house, one of the projects that you worked on.
Yes.
And that place was phenomenal.
Yeah, the Stewart's home.
It was phenomenal. It was like, what did it start out as? What was the square footage?
Oh, it was around, the original square footage on that house was about 2,500 square feet.
Okay, and now it's
about a little under 4,000 square feet.
Because it's huge. It was,
yes, it's
awesome.
a 2-acre lot up in Altadena, and we added a second story, added some lofted areas in their family room that they can it's just it's a really nice family orientated structure that lends itself to say social events.
Yes, because in fact, that was the home that they had the holiday
celebration
yes,
for the
absolutely,
music.
And it was awesome. I mean,
Yes.
the place was. Your wife was gracious enough to show me, around. I mean, we didn't go all in the place, but we did look around, and the place was just phenomenal. I mean, just I didn't even know that they had. But that's the one thing about Altadena. You can find a little one-bedroom house here with 900 square feet, and right next to it could be a mansion sitting way in the back. You can turn down what looks like someone's driveway and actually drive all the way back in their homes. I mean, back
Yes,
there. So
yes.
that's the wonderful thing about Altadena, and so. This is just a blank canvas for you, obviously.
Oh yeah, it was really a real opportunity to kind of cut my teeth and really stretch myself in terms of the design aspect. Yeah, it was really a great project. It's a craftsman style home, so it kind of, you can't even tell where the addition was added to the house, but when you get in it, you see, oh my God, it's just a beautiful space.
I couldn't tell. Listen, we're going to go to a PSA, and we're going to come back, and you're going to tell us some more about this, because I am so excited to hear about NOMA. I'm excited to hear about the ball. I'm excited about this whole project.
Okay.
Be back in a second.
All right.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Wanted to do.
Thank you, and we're back, and I'm here with Lawrence Hewley, member of NOMA, Black Architects, and we were talking about architects and talking about the economy. Now, let me ask you this, because I was reading in a magazine that there are more children, professional children, coming home. They have graduated from college, and because of the economy, they cannot get a job, so they're coming home. And then there is this, what they call multi-generational, the elderly selling their homes and coming to live with their children. And their children, and I'm thinking about in your job, in your business, that they would have to build places, because most people don't want their children in their homes, so they have to start adding on wings to the place. And then when you have your family members, your mother and your parents, then you have to add on things where they're comfortable as well, because you don't want to take anything from them. They don't want to live with you, but if you have a complete wing for them, so that's where you come in.
Well, yes,
Okay.
that would be
Great.
ideal scenario where, say, a family needed to increase the size of their home. I would provide that service and be able to come up with a design that would incorporate the additional space, looking at what their lot size was versus their habitable space, and incorporate some techniques and things that I've learned from the people that I've worked with to enhance that design and help that client get the most bang for their buck. Oh, but one thing I must say right now is that NOMA, the National Organization of Minority Architects, one of the things that we have been fighting for, our main advocacy, is the fact that we're for all minorities. We're not just a black organization.
Okay.
I know there's a lot of...
Because it said minority, yeah.
There's a lot of organizations, like there's a Hispanic architects, there's the Asian architects. There's several different groups that are out there that have spun off as a result of NOMA.
Okay.
And so, but we still are we're still in the, I mean, matter of fact, for our San Francisco office, the president of that chapter is an Asian gentleman. And so we're really trying to emphasize all-inclusiveness versus an exclusive organization, especially now. And so that's that's kind of where we are as an organization. I just wanted just kind of to say that because I know that a lot of people think that we are a black organization. And reality is there are several blacks that are in the organization and was founded by blacks, but the real philosophy in terms of the mission is really an all-inclusive mission.
Well, I think that when we talk about our young Latinos, our young Asians, our young African Americans, they need to see the face of someone that looks like them.
Absolutely.
And when you talk about architect, I know coming up for me, and because my parents were educators, Paul Williams was always a household name.
Yes.
And when we discussed earlier how he had to learn how to draw upside down,
upside down,
because he
exactly.
couldn't stand next to the client because they were white. I was sharing earlier too. We went to some years ago. I took my children to see the home that he built over here, and they still have places downtown LA, wonderful buildings that he's built that people that are children when they walk by they don't have a clue. So to see your face and talking about it is absolutely just an awesome thing.
Well, absolutely, and I thank you for that compliment. The key thing here is speaking of Paul Williams. I mean, wow. I mean, you think of the Golden State Mutual building,
Absolutely.
Western and Adams. You think about the LAX International Flight Tower, the original one that looks like the Jetson
Right.
dome. That was all designed by Paul Williams, and people don't know that.
They don't.
And when you see that building in the evening, I mean, the way it was designed, I mean, there's so many ways that you can put light on it to really make it look, I mean, just an extremely dynamic structure. But you're absolutely right. Paul Williams, because of the racism that was going on in the 50s, I mean, he had to learn how to draw upside down. He taught himself how to draw upside down so he could sit across the table from his client that lived in Beverly Hills or the Hollywood area to design their home and drew that design as they were talking to him at the table, upside down, to present to them.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, and there's many stories like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you look at Benjamin Banneker.
Yes.
Benjamin Banneker designing Washington, D.C.
Yes.
I mean, and being commissioned by Thomas Jefferson.
But we don't hear.
You don't hear those kind of
No, you
stories.
hear those.
You
We
don't
hear
hear
about
those stories.
Benjamin Banneker, but we don't hear about him in that light.
You don't hear about him in that
No,
that context.
not in that light.
You know, former slave, former architect, former engineer,
Right.
scientist. You don't hear about that. You don't hear about the Elijah McCoys of the world,
Yeah.
okay? And the lubricant that he designed or came up with to help not only the steam engine for locomotive trains, but all engines for not only the railroad, but for shipping industry, for manufacturing. They coined the phrase "the real McCoy" based
right.
on his lubricant.
Yes.
And so those are things that, especially our young people, don't know.
Yeah.
And if they only took a minute to really kind of do a little bit more investigation, okay, instead of letting the TV kind of run their life,
Yeah.
okay, in terms of who they are and that I kind of look at it as the rite of passage chords that we both have innately in us that go all the way back to the Ivory Coast.
Yes.
Okay, if you think about in terms of who we are and how dynamic we are, and we're the best of the best that came from our country, our mother Africa. Okay,
Yes.
and as we've evolved here, we've come from a situation where we were completely castrated and downtrodden, okay, and looked at that way. And we have evolved out of that, okay, to become winners, to become the President of the United States, to become leaders in our society. So we have innately in us tremendous ability,
Yes.
tremendous talent. The challenge is that, especially our young people, they're not thinking along those lines. They want to be a rapper, they want to be a sports athlete, which is fine, you know. But you've got to have more than one skill set in your back pocket because, again, that athletic game, trust me, I know it, okay? And you can be the best. I was I won a national championship at the age 17. I won a national championship, was picked up by UCLA to help them in their summer program to win a national championship. A gentleman, a guy by the name of Bobos Castillo was on the team, who played with the Dodgers, who won a World Series championship. And Bobos, if you're out there, you need to call me.
Call him, Bob.
But now, we have a tremendous amount of innate ability in us.
Yes,
and that's
we do.
African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans. But the key thing here is that if we're not looking at how we can get our skill set prepared for the next 5 years, especially our young people, if you don't have a 5-year game plan or a 10-year game plan that's outside of just the regular everything that you do, you're going to be in a world of hurt. And you don't know that you have an innate quality in you that nobody else has. Your DNA and your fingerprint are unique, okay? And you've got to look at that, because again, you might have the cure for cancer in you, okay? But you're sitting around chilling and not really taking care of business and really learning your skill, learning your craft. And so, you know, the thing you have to understand, God is planting something deeply inside of you that needs to come out. And one of the things that we do with NOMA is with our summer camp program, is we provide the tools to help these young people kind of cultivate what those skill sets potentially can be.
Well, now tell us, please, how do young, because you take, we're talking young children.
Yeah.
What age?
Ages from 9 to 17.
And how can these children that have this in them and have a parent that doesn't quite understand it, and how do these children get in contact with you? How do they get in contact with the organization? How do they further what it is and enhance and actually put this thing together? Because they're just drawing and it doesn't seem like anything to them. But you and others who have that would see that in them. How do they get in contact with you? How do they contact the organization to even find out if they have that talent?
Well, trust me, they all have that talent.
Okay.
But the key thing here where they can make contact with us is go to our website, and that's NOMA-LA chapter. That's NOMA-LA chapter.org. And then they can find out more about what's happening with our summer program, and then what we do and how to make contact with us. There's an email address in there that you can find as well. And I had to digress a little bit because, again, I know that over the last couple of years, it's been really a challenge for us to keep our doors open. We've been battling something. I think in 2012 we had our last really big camp. This past year we partnered up with one of the Greek organizations, Omega Psi Phi, to do our program because, again, our budgets, our monies was diminished, and we just, we're trying to keep the lights on.
I see.
Because of the economy.
Welcome to the club.
So we partnered up with them, had a great program, but it was mostly related to the kids that they had in their program that they put on a yearly program.
I see.
And it's related to the STEM program, the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Okay.
And so they really appreciated what we did with our one-day camp, but we're planning to, and the people, especially the young people that have participated in the camp that may be watching this, we're planning to come back strong in 2014 on and be aware that the national convention is going to be here in Los Angeles in 2016. So if you go to our site, you'll find out much more information about what we're doing.
And everyone can attend the
summer camp?
Not
the convention?
The convention.
Absolutely.
So there'll be information there for us.
There'll be definitely information there over the next few years leading up to the convention.
I think that it is, again, when you can bring your children someplace and they can gain some knowledge, that is always a plus. There's so many other negative things. I mean, you see kids on video games, you see kids on, I mean, do they have any games where they actually can do things on a video game? Because that seems to be where we're headed here.
Well, actually, it's interesting that you mentioned that. Computer-aided design is a part of the mainstay of architecture now and engineering now. And one of our tools that we use is a tool called Google SketchUp. And it is one that you can find on Google. If you go to Google and you look for the More tab where they've got more information about the Google products, there's another tab below that that has the more information about Google. If you click on that More tab, the second More tab, you'll find SketchUp. It's called Google SketchUp. It is a free download for youth, or for anyone actually. You can buy a full line version, I think for like $400 or $500, but the free version is just as good for anyone, and it's a 3D solid modeling CAD tool that is very easy to learn.
Okay.
We use it in our summer camp, and it's amazing how young people, when they have some tools in terms of how to use the tool,
Okay.
that they can just start designing on the fly immediately.
Well, Lawrence, we're out of time, but I am so excited. I'm so pumped. I'm glad you gave the website information at the end of the program. The website information will come on. Call, support, bring your children. Come in. This is Lawrence Hewley, architect. You'll probably see him there at the convention, and just support. This is for children. This is about our youth, and we need to be concerned about where they're headed. So, thank you very much for letting us come into your home. Thank you so much, Lawrence, for coming.
Thank you, Dr.
I am so
Benson.
happy. You tell your lovely wife I said hello.
I certainly will.
Thank you so much for coming on. We'll see you next week. We'll see you same time, same place. See you then, and thank you for allowing us to come into your home. I'm Rick the Critic.
How it is, cause she's Rick the Critic. When she all up in your city, oh, you best not forget it. Let you know if she like it, and if she get with it, let the whole world know and be the first to admit it. Let you know if it's good and if she dig it, cause she's Rick the Critic. Rick the Critic, Rick the Critic, Rick the Critic. She the first to admit it if she can't dig it, cause she's Rick the Critic. Rick the Critic. When she come into your place, yo, you best not forget it. She gon' tell you how it is, cause she's Rick the Critic. When she all up in your city, yo, you best not forget it. Let you know if she like it, and if she get with it, let the whole world know and be the first to admit it. Let you know if it's good and if she dig it, cause she's Rick the Critic. Rick the Critic.